Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beguiled by Books. Today, I've got another installment in some of my favorite books for the autumn cozy snuggly weather. Let's get started. It's just that time of year where we can start thinking about sweaters and hot beverages and snuggling under more blankets, and the days are getting shorter. And if you're anything like me, it's just one of your favorite times of year. Not to mention spooky season is coming, another video with spooky books coming soon. But autumn is one of my all-time favorite seasons, and I'm so excited for longer sleeves, longer pants, thicker socks, all of those types of things. And along those lines, I've got some of my favorite snuggly, cozy, hug in book form recommendations for you. The first book that I've got to recommend, and I will recommend this all the time, is In the Shadow Garden. I love this book because it really is a hug in book form. I love that the characters are more mature, a little bit older. There's magical realism. There's herbalism in here. The magic system is fantastic. I will recommend this book until the end of time. Love this book. I'm probably going to reread it again really soon. And I think everyone should read it if you like hugs, if you like nature, if you like magic, if you like family, if you like romance, if you like any of those things, you're going to love In the Shadow Garden. So definitely go grab a copy and tell me what you think. The next hug in book form for an autumn cozy book that I'm going to recommend is Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe. And this book is about coming home and going back to your roots and finding out who you really are and what that means and getting that community back, and just all these beautiful things come together in just a small town. There is a little bit of magical realism in there, some blackbird magic, some mystical plant magic, things like that. It's a lovely book. I blew through it. It's just so cozy. You will love it. And I definitely recommend it as we get a little bit into that cozier weather season. Another book that you simply have to read, and this one for me flew under the radar for a long time, and I didn't realize how delightful it was until I read it, and that's Stardust by Neil Gaiman. This is a fairy tale, but it's a Neil Gaiman fairy tale. So there might be a little bit more of like a creepy element there, but it does have a happy ending. And I really enjoyed the pacing of the story, the adventures our main character went on. Again, it just felt like a little hug in book form. You just kind of hold the book to your chest when you're done. You're like, oh, that was so good. So I hope you read Stardust when you are ready to curl up under a blanket, light a candle, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee by you, and just sink into a book. Another standalone book that I think you should read that is just absolutely warm and delightful is The Lost Story. This book recently came out, and kind of like Stardust, it is a fairy tale for grown-ups. It's very much an adventure fairy tale. We've got a magical land. There's a portal in the woods that you can get there. All kinds of fun fairy tale elements, and we've got queer representation. We've got found family. It's just beautiful. I love this book. I'm so glad I got to read it as an ARC, and I want you to go out and buy it and support the author, and I want you to read this book, and it's just so delightful. You will, again, just feel so warm and cozy in your heart and soul after you have read this book. If you want a little bit more of a world building than a standalone novel, I would definitely recommend Emily Wilde 1 and 2. That is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies and Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherworld. And I love these books. I am completely engrossed in the whole Emily Wilde world. I'm currently have an ARC of book 3 coming out soon, The Compendium of Lost Tales. And this is just grumpy sunshine, but the grumpy person is our female main character. The sunshine is our male main character, and they are finding fairy dimensions and world or doors to other fairy worlds. And Emily Wilde, the scholar, is documenting all of this very rigidly, very thoroughly, very scholarly, if that's a word, it is now. And then what happens when someone who is a bit of a control freak kind of loses control and goes on crazy adventures unexpectedly. It's so delightful, so warm-hearted. You will absolutely love both of these books. If you are looking for something warm and heartfelt and cozy, but you want a lot of books, you just want to keep reading those books, I would recommend the House Witch and the Burning Witch series, all by the same author, all set in the same universe. They just follow two separate sets of characters. So we've got the House Witch, which follows the main character for that series, 3 books. We've got a transition novel, and then we've got another 3 books that follows a different character. I'm not going to tell you too much. I don't want to give spoilers, but beautiful, fun stories, very well done. There's romance, there's wholesome romance, adventure. We don't have a ton of, we don't have negative language. We don't have explicit scenes. So it's safe for various readers of different preferences. But at the end of those books, you will just be like, it's just so good. And you just want to hug the characters and hug the author. And it's just wholesome and sweet and the perfect kind of book to de-stress and escape if you're looking for something like that. What other cozy, warm, wholesome books have you read that didn't make this list? I am always looking for books in this vein, so please tell me, drop a comment below. And as always, if you found a book that you're excited to read, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.